What if the secret to your happiness, or your misery, lies in a single chemical in your brain? Dopamine. It's the spark that drives you to eat, love, create, and survive. But in today's world, this ancient survival tool is being hijacked, turning us into puppets of our own cravings. From scrolling endlessly on your phone to craving sugar or worse, dopamine is at the heart of it all. So, how did a chemical meant to keep us alive become a trap that's rewriting our lives? Let's dive in. Dopamine isn't just about feeling good, it's about staying alive. Picture a rat in a lab, engineered with no dopamine in its reward system. Scientists place food right in front of it. The rat eats if you spoon-feed it, but move that food just an inch away and it starves. What? Without dopamine, it lacks the drive to reach out. Dopamine is the brain's way of saying, go get that thing, it's worth it. It's what pushed our ancestors to hunt, gather, and build. It's not just pleasure, it's motivation, the fuel for survival. But here's the catch. What happens when the things we chase aren't food or shelter but likes, notifications, or something stronger? Your brain has a built-in balance like a seesaw, processing pleasure and pain in the same regions. When you indulge in something pleasurable, say a shot of whiskey or a binge-worthy show, dopamine floods your reward pathway, tilting the seesaw toward pleasure. But your brain hates being off-kilter. It craves homeostasis, that steady baseline where everything feels normal. So, it compensates by piling pain onto the other side. That's why after a night of drinking you get a hangover, or after hours of gaming, you feel empty and restless. The more pleasure you chase, the heavier the pain that follows. And in a world where pleasure is just a swipe away, that balance is getting harder to maintain. But that's not the whole story. We're wired for a world of scarcity, where rewards like food or companionship require effort. A little dopamine went a long way. Today we're drowning in overabundance. Sugar-packed snacks, endless streaming, and social media algorithms are designed to keep you hooked, flooding your brain with dopamine at the tap of a finger. Smartphones have become, as some call them, masturbation machines, meeting our emotional, intellectual, and even sexual needs without the hard work. This mismatch between our ancient brains and modern world is why addiction feels almost inevitable. From compulsive eating to scrolling through reels, we're all vulnerable. And what happens next might surprise you. One of the biggest silent epidemics today is digital addiction, especially pornography and gaming. These aren't just habits, they're dopamine-driven loops that can rewire your life. For many, especially young men, pornography is a hidden struggle, shrouded in shame. It's not just about the act, it's the endless searching, the rituals, the buildup that hooks you. Rumors are swirling online about even newer traps, like teens getting addicted to chatbots, isolating themselves to connect with AI. While these claims are unverified, they point to a real fear. Digital rewards are replacing human connection. The harm? These addictions sap motivation, making it harder to pursue real-world goals like relationships or careers. And for young people, the stakes are even higher. If you're exposed to addictive behaviors as a kid, say binging on sugar or sneaking a peek at graphic content, your brain is especially vulnerable. Until about age 25, your brain is like a sponge with 50% more neural connections than an adult's. It prunes what you don't use and strengthens what you do. So, if you're flooding it with dopamine from vaping, gaming, or porn, you're hardwiring those circuits for addiction. A chilling experiment showed rats, after a year without cocaine, reverted to frenzied behavior with just one dose. For kids, early exposure to sugar or screens can set up a lifelong tug-of-war with cravings. But there's hope. That same plasticity means young brains can rewire with early intervention. And what's driving this vulnerability isn't just biology, it's our culture. Here's a bold claim: we've gone soft. Not because we're weak, but because constant pleasure has reset our brain's pleasure-pain threshold. A century ago, our grandparents endured hardships without blinking, long workdays, scarce food, no instant entertainment. Today, a bad email or a slow Wi-Fi signal feels like a crisis. This trauma society labels every discomfort as a disorder, pushing us to medicate with pills or distractions. Worse, some get stuck in victimhood, narrating their lives as a series of wrongs done to them. In addiction recovery, the shift from blaming others to owning your role is a game-changer. It's not about shame, it's about empowerment. But how do you break free from these traps? If you're caught in a compulsive behavior, whether it's porn, gaming, or even sugar, step one is admitting it's a problem. Be brutally honest. What do you get out of it? Maybe it numbs stress or feels exciting. Then list the harms. Is it stealing time from your goals? Hurting relationships? Making you feel empty? Next, commit to a 30-day dopamine fast. Cut out that behavior completely. It's not about starving your brain of dopamine, it's about breaking the cycle. The first 2 weeks will be rough, cravings, anxiety, maybe even depression. That's your brain in withdrawal, those gremlins still camped out on the pain side. But by day 30, most people start to feel better, even energized. To stick with it, use self-binding. Lock your phone away at night, delete tempting apps, or avoid triggers like being hungry or lonely. If you've tried and failed repeatedly, don't go it alone. Seek an addiction specialist. Recovery isn't just about stopping. It's about rediscovering what makes life worth living. Dopamine is both your life force and your potential downfall. It's the spark that drives you to create, connect, and survive, but in a world engineered to keep you hooked, it can pull you into a cycle of craving and despair. The good news? You're not powerless. By understanding how dopamine works, embracing discomfort, and taking small steps to reset your brain, you can reclaim control. So, here's a question to ponder. Could learning to lean into life's discomfort, whether it's a tough workout, a hard conversation, or just sitting with your thoughts, be the key to breaking free from dopamine's grip? Think about it. Your brain might just thank you.